Hey guys, I'm Dude 2, that's Dude 1, and today we are talking about characters in the Versus community that just keep on coming. So, I think the number one and most obvious character that just keeps on coming up day in, day out in the Versus community, Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, no, and that makes sense because Superman is like this all-American, no one can beat him,
Yeah.
faster than a speeding train, can leap tall buildings, bulletproof type of character.
Yeah.
Back in the day, he would be considered, totally unbeatable because
Yeah.
there's no conventional way
Well,
to beat him.
the Silver Age Superman was so OP
Mhm.
that they had to find an in-universe way to permanently nerf him.
Right.
So that's how you know that character. Because the thing happened was between Superman and Shazam, it became like basically like the nuclear or the space wars situation with the U.S. and Russia. The
Right.
two characters were so constantly trying to one up each other that it just became ridiculous to the.
Well, he was known as Captain Marvel back then.
Oh yeah, true. Back when Shazam was Captain Marvel.
Up to Marvel.
Yeah, yeah. True
Yeah,
shit.
he was
True
known
shit.
as Captain Marvel back then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Superman is this character where I guess he's the litmus test for how strong or how OP
Yeah.
is a character really.
He's that true benchmark.
Yeah. How strong can a character be really? Now, there's a reason for this. It's just because the writers just write wacky things sometimes and have characters do things that don't make sense,
Yeah.
which is okay in fiction, but then people just take it to the next level when they do videos like this one.
Yeah. Well, sometimes Superman, based on the writer, he's struggling to lift a tank or like a really large ship.
Yeah.
And then you come back to it a few issues later, and here he is holding a book with infinite pages or a black hole.
Right.
So who knows where the characters go?
Yeah, like there's like
It's just
obvious
all over the fucking
obvious
place.
holes in the comic book series, but
Yeah.
like this is just what we think is how it will go down. It's not a screw attack thing where
There's
Screw
no
Attack does
in-depth
this.
analysis here.
Yeah.
If you're looking
Yeah.
for any, actually, I wouldn't consider Screw Attack in-depth either. I mean, they're
I don't know.
all right. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes I think
I'm
they
a fan
state
of
things.
Rooster. I'm a fan of
So
Rooster.
am I. I mean, red
Rooster
versus
Teeth,
blue, but like, come on. But
but
the
yeah.
thing is, there's often they'll state things about characters and then they'll put their own limitations on characters
Yeah.
that don't make sense when
Right.
you look at that ability that character has, where
Mhm.
there's no actual inbuilt limitation.
Right.
So that's why when I think about Screw Attack, I
I
think
don't like Screw Attack as much because they just treat anime characters like shit.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing leading from Superman. I think the two most infamous videos ever released by Death Battle is Superman versus the next character on this list, Goku.
Goku, yeah.
Goku. Goku is the quintessential anime Superman.
Yeah.
You have an anime character who's OP as shit. Who are you putting him up against?
You're putting
Goku.
up against Goku.
Goku.
Goku is this character who just. Thing is with him is that with every difficulty he has, he keeps on getting stronger
Yeah.
and stronger and
Yeah.
stronger. I mean, this is a guy whose instant transmission ability
yeah.
is like
Broken.
it's it's very
broken.
broken. Like I would say it's almost faster than Superman's because it's a teleportation.
Yeah.
It's teleportation ability, and he can go anywhere and basically to anything that he wants to. And then the thing with the whole Super Saiyan thing is when Super Saiyan initially came out, Planet Namek was like falling apart.
Yeah.
And Goku survived Planet Namek actually
Exploding.
breaking apart.
Exploding.
And he's still a whole person, and like he's falling down because the planet's kind of gone to shit.
Yeah.
And he's going down into and he goes into the ship, but like the space has invaded that atmosphere.
Yeah.
There is no atmosphere. There's no oxygen there, and Goku is still alive.
Well, I think by that point in the series, I think it's pretty clear that hey, as the Saiyan race, or I don't know if the Saiyan race or just Saiyans in general, but they're not affected by the atmospheres of space.
Oh, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, they would be. I know Goku uses the in the Battle of the Gods, he
Yeah.
goes out into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
But he's got the aura at that time, the God aura.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. I don't know. I'm just thinking about. Remember when Frieza was going to destroy planet Vegeta? All the Saiyans and everything, they were all fighting out in space. Oh
Yeah.
well, Bardock was.
Yeah.
But
Well, Bardock came out and
Yeah.
tried to stop
Because
him.
Bardock ain't no bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll fucking fight you. We don't give a shit. Because I mean, depending on how you look
Again,
at the series,
Bardock-
he is the first OG. He's like the OG Super Saiyan.
Not really.
Not really,
Not
but
really.
that's that's one of those
Well,
additional.
There's two versions of Bardock.
Yeah.
Like there's original Bardock, like part
And
of the
then
original
there's- yeah.
Dragon Ball Z franchise, who actually came out to meet Frieza, like this
Yeah.
demonically powerful guy, most powerful guy in the universe, and like fought him head on, knowing that he would lose. Like there was a good chance he was gonna lose, and he lost.
Bardock was my favorite character. to
And
use
and then
in
like
so
in
many
the
games.
in the Broly movie, they nerfed him a lot more
Yeah.
and made him like a lowly soldier, like
It's
because
alright.
it doesn't matter. I know the story wasn't about him,
Yeah.
but he still came out to try and defeat Frieza's what's that, the death ball thing he does?
I think it's called Supernova.
Yeah, it's like a
Doesn't matter.
death ball, and
Yeah,
it's like
it's essentially a death
comes
ball.
down, destroys a planet.
Yeah.
Like I think if Superman was hit with something like that, he'd probably go out.
Well, here's my thing. If it's like, because we see it looks almost like a sun.
Mhm.
So if it is based on that same kind of energy, the only thing I would end up doing is just buff Superman even harder. And the other thing is if they're fighting out in space, because at that point if you're fighting Frieza, you're most likely out in space, right? You'll have more direct radiation exposure.
But
So
that's-
Superman would be more
that's
buffed.
red. Frieza's thing is red.
No, I'm talking about like the sun that would be around that planet.
Right.
Yeah, that's. I'm just talking about the general solar system.
Mhm.
So yeah, again, Superman, Goku, they're the two that bounce off each other the most.
Yeah.
You see them in any versus channel, any versus community, anyone that's ever read a comic and is into anime, or hell, anyone that even generally knows the two characters,
Mhm.
will click on a video that says Goku versus Superman, who wins?
Yeah.
And this is a debate that's been going on long before Death Battle did it,
Yeah.
long before like massive anime communities used to exist. This was just a straight up the OG nerd and anime otaku versus from day one.
Dream battle. Yeah.
Dream battle. And to be honest, I think to this day most people would give their left nut to watch a legitimate 100% fight by like both signed off by DC and Akira Toriyama, that this is the actual result. Like how we got Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
here's the thing, like, going back to Screw Attack's video,
Yeah.
they use like 50 different versions of Superman.
Yeah, but
and
they
one
only
version
stick,
of
yeah,
Goku.
so, yeah. Because the thing is, if they use the Xenoverse version of Goku,
Mhm.
he would shit on Superman.
Yeah.
Xenoverse Goku is OP as all hell. They're like on some next level power scaling. It's so hard to even explain it. But yeah, again, that's,
Like
that's
they
the thing,
they
right?
use 50 different versions of Superman, and like
Yeah.
like each Superman, because here's the thing, each Superman is different.
Yeah, because it's not just different universes,
Rebirth-
but each
Rebirth-
crisis event creates a new Superman. Yeah.
Rebirth, New 52,
Yeah.
Again Crisis and everything
Crisis,
else that
yeah.
came before
Yeah.
that. Like they're all different.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they're a singular Superman.
No.
And
I mean, look, if I think at one point in their analysis, they were even bouncing Superman's powers off of Superboy Prime's powers.
yeah, Super Prime was actually stronger.
Yeah, but Superboy Prime is not Superman, and Superboy Prime is a broken character
Mhm.
because he is not a comic book character. He is considered to be in our world, who gained Superman's powers,
Right.
and is in the comic world. Like he's literally his world. His world is our world.
Yeah.
So
he kills the Superboy.
yeah,
He kills
and,
Superboy.
yeah, and he is OP as shit because he doesn't have any of the weaknesses except for the red sun radiation.
Right.
That's it, because that's the only thing that's in our world. Also, we have red suns. Otherwise, nothing else affects him. No magic affects him. No kryptonite affects him. Just red sun. He
Right.
is OP as all shit.
Mhm.
Anyways, moving on from Goku, I think
I'll always believe Goku can beat Superman.
I believe when it comes to the true peak power potential between the two that we have seen so far, I would give it to Goku as well.
I would say Goku. Goku.
I would give it to
Like, there's a
Goku
number
as
of things Goku could do. Like, you may not think he's a smart enough guy to do that.
No,
but, like,
but he's he's a martial artist.
Yeah,
When it comes to fighting, he is the best there is.
Yeah, Goku could teleport him out to like
Yeah.
a red sun.
Yeah.
A number of things you can do, and Muhammad Ali beat Superman.
Oh yeah,
So like,
that's right, yeah.
like
the boxing match.
Superman is no martial artist. It's
Well,
a lot of his
yeah, a lot
stuff
of his fighting
just,
is
it's
brute
just power.
force.
It's just
It's brute
brute
force,
force and
yeah.
power.
Well, you can't blame the guy. That's how. When everything next to him is a toothpick,
Mhm.
he doesn't really need to learn how to fight because
Yeah.
he can break everything with zero effort.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the
It would help against Darkseid though.
Oh,
He
for
always
sure. He's
freaking
the only one.
struggles
The only
against Darkseid.
except for, do you remember in Justice League when he finally lets loose? That is one of my. Do you remember that?
No.
So in the
Yeah.
original Justice League's cartoon,
Oh yeah.
so near the end of I
Yeah,
think the
he
main
lets
series
loose, yeah.
is like comes down to Darkseid and Superman. It's 1v1. No one's around. No humans are around. None of his friends are around.
Well, Batman.
Well,
was around.
Batman, he was on the ground. He was like away.
Batman was
He
around,
he
but
was
Batman
away.
had Batman had dodged an Omega
Omega
Beam,
Beam,
and so
yeah.
I was like, okay, this guy can take it.
Yeah.
This is the one guy who can take
Yeah,
it.
and then he was like to Darkseid. I always have to like hold myself back, not break anything, not hurt anyone, because I'm always too worried about it. But you can take it, can't you, big guy? And he just lets loose,
yeah.
and it's honest to God one of my favorite all-time animated scenes because
Justice League was
you know
good.
you know I love Superman.
Mhm.
Out of my entire comic book collection between Thor and Superman, I think Superman is probably the only character I have the most comics of out of anyone, or based around Superman.
In DC, he is not my favorite character.
And
Batman
Nightwing is probably.
Huh?
I'm assuming Nightwing.
Nightwing
Yeah.
is my favorite DC character, just because I can relate to him
Yeah.
on a more personal level.
Yeah, no, I can get you.
In DC, but like I am a Batman fan
Yeah.
over Superman,
Yeah.
because even though Batman technically does have all the money in the world,
Yeah.
he didn't have the parents, and he basically had to earn, like he entered a world where he had to earn every stripe on his cowl
Yeah.
that he got. There's a
Well,
reason why he's the most feared.
people give Batman a lot of shit saying, "Oh, he's just another rich boy," but then again, look, we'll get to Batman when we get to
Batman goes to places no other human goes
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Where were we? Oh yeah. So between Goku, Superman, as much as we love both characters, I think we have to give the W to Goku on that one.
Yeah.
And,
And look, this is our personal opinion.
You probably there's
think
no
it's gonna go to
analysis
someone
in
else.
this at all. This is
Yeah.
just the personal opinion between the stuff that I've seen both characters do, between what I've read between both characters, video games, whatever. I'm just thinking peak power to peak. I know a lot of you in the comments and video that's watching is probably just gonna say, what about Superman 1,000,000 or Superman Prime, which is the current Superman that punched through freaking a dimension and like flew through multiple suns to come down and hit that Superman from the fucking future. Anywho, moving on with life.
Mhm.
It's Goku, at least for the two of us.
Yeah.
The next is Goku, and then we get Saitama.
So Superman versus Saitama.
No, next is Goku versus Saitama.
Goku versus Saitama.
Yeah, because we've already dealt with Superman. He was the first one on the list. Now we're going to Goku versus Saitama.
Goku versus Saitama. That's
Yeah.
an interesting one.
Yeah.
Saitama's limits have
Are
not
unknown.
really been
Unknown.
explored.
He's a pure parody character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much a parody
Yeah.
character. I definitely think he could match Goku.
Yeah.
And he's not like he's just a character that got all his power out of
Yeah.
nowhere. Like he trained and basically lost all his hair to get that kind of power. He definitely could go toe to toe with Goku.
Yeah, for
Definitely.
I think when it comes, you know what my problem is? It's very hard for me to scale Saitama to Goku for the simple fact is every time like Goku is in a fight or something, it ends up being oh, this planet's gonna explode or the solar system is shaking or whatever. We get a tidbit from the narrator or someone saying, oh my god, if it hits the planet, it's gonna destroy it. But then like when it comes to Saitama, we have Boros at the end of the series, who I think even in the manga up to this point is still the strongest character in the whole series that we've seen. And
no, there's
What, Orochi?
the Monster Association.
Yeah, Orochi. Yeah, that's already been done and dusted with.
No, it's still going in the manga.
Is it? I'm pretty sure it was already.
Yeah,
over,
no, it's going. Orochi basically fused with Orochi fused with. I don't know. I forgot
Elder
what-
Centipede or something.
No.
No.
Basically, the chick that was pulling the strings of the Monster Association was human.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah. This the eyeball thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He fused with her.
Ew. Anyways, so okay, maybe. Yeah, but then again, so far Orochi does not, to me even still, doesn't seem as big as a threat as Boros.
No. Saitama one punched him.
Yeah.
He one punched him. He's already
Yeah.
one punched him in the manga.
Yeah, exactly. And Boros, we know that Boros is so strong that he's conquered multiple galaxies and worlds on the way to Earth. And then he says, "This is my final attack, and if you dodge it, I will destroy the whole planet." Saitama just one serious punch, all it takes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, at the end of that fight, Boros himself says, "You took no effort in doing that.
Yeah.
No effort."
He said you were holding back.
Yeah. So even that serious punch that it it might not even be a true serious
Well,
punch.
the thing is, Saitama is very durable.
Yeah.
Like he's insanely
He got
durable.
launched to the moon and
yeah.
he just jumps right back.
He jumps forward, rebounds right back.
I just love that fact. And you realize how fast he landed right back?
Yeah, he
He's
landed right
faster
back.
than a fucking spaceship.
Yeah, but I guess you could drown him if you wanted to.
True, as powerful as he is, he still has your average normal human
Yeah, you
weaknesses.
could drown him if you
You
wanted
could stab him.
Yeah, you could drown him, but then you
Actually,
could do,
Sonic tries to stab him in the...
you could do that to Goku too. So like basically in weaknesses they are the
Actually,
same.
bullets don't work on Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't
Bullets
Goku.
don't-
It was Gohan who stopped the bullets.
yeah.
Oh, was it Gohan? Yeah, it
No,
was
no,
Gohan.
Goku caught it.
Yeah, and it goes. And drops
Goku
him.
like
Yeah.
he went to like this guy said they were looking for Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
And then Goku like so you know you have the Dragon Balls, you
Yeah.
know this thing, and the guy says okay you gotta solve this puzzle. Goku solves the puzzle. They find a Dragon Ball and he uses this glass dome as like
Yeah.
a shield, and Goku puts his finger through it and shatters it. And he tries to shoot Goku, and Goku just catches the bullets.
Yeah.
He just catches each one of them.
It's just like, bruh,
No.
you ain't ready for this.
And it's like Akira Toriyama is saying, this is why there are no bullets there are no guns in Dragon Ball. The original
feels
Dragon
like-
Ball had guns, and like,
The OG Dragon Ball is so weird because like it has like robots, assassin ninja thingies going on, but it's also super grounded. But then there's that one guy who's the main he was a mercenary whatever.
Right.
He cuts a tree, throws the tree, and jumps onto the tree, and
Yeah,
that's how
yeah,
he
yeah,
travels. And you have to think to yourself, what?
Yeah.
And then in Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3, they turned it into his ability, like
Yeah.
one of his like ultimates. I was just like, what the hell?
even
Dragon Ball?
Gohan versus that guy.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
He cuts a tree and he launches and runs away. Yeah, I remember. It was so
again,
funny.
when you think about it in terms of that way, like Saitama, his strength and all that stuff that we can see, I think it's probably not on the same level as Goku. But
Yeah.
the simple fact is, we have never seen this guy go all out.
Mm.
And in my opinion, at the moment, from what the peak that I have seen
Yeah.
from both, I only have to go by the peaks I've seen of each character.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the W to Goku.
Goku. I don't know. I have to kind of disagree. I think Saitama could tank Superman. And
Yeah.
Goku. I think Saitama could definitely.
Well,
the way
I
he's
know that
written
look,
as a character.
he is a parody character, and in Super we had Ariel show up, and she was wrecking Vegeta.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, so
Vegeta himself was
I
like,
would
no,
say
I'm never again
Just
fighting
the
a
way
parody
Saitama
character.
is written, even though he can't fly and the rest of it,
Yeah.
I think he's like a Doomsday type character. Like basically
He
would
just
be.
came to wreck house.
Yeah, because Doomsday can't fly either, but his durability is like next level. And
Well, I mean, he can't fly, but he can jump so far. He might as well be flying.
Saitama's been punched in the back of the head by like beings that are like basically
OP as shit.
OP as shit, like
Doesn't do
basically
anything.
Superman level strength.
His
beings.
head just bobbles.
It just bobbles and it's like yeah, okay, no scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It literally like his head like shines
Yeah.
afterwards.
So like I would say Saitama would beat Goku and Superman.
Fair enough. I gotta. Hinchu! Ah, bless me. Anyways, the next person we've got in that list is. So we're giving the
I give
W
to,
to Saitama.
I give it to Saitama. You give it to Goku.
I give it to Goku. Let's call it a draw.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yeah, draw.
Fair enough, we'll go with a draw. Alright, next up on that list is Saitama versus Batman.
Yeah, this don't even need to discuss this.
This is. Look. This is that one. Okay, this is one of maybe another one that's further down that list. When we get to it, we'll get to it.
Mhm.
But this is the all-time greatest argument. With enough prep time, Batman can beat anyone.
Anyone? How the hell is he gonna beat Saitama though?
That's what my question is. So did you know Sonic had plenty of prep time coming back from prison, and he was like, "I'm ready to fight you a second time,"
Yeah.
and he still gets wrecked by
Yeah,
Saitama.
I don't know how. I have no clue how Batman would even approach defeating
Someone
Saitama.
like Saitama. Okay, here's my thing. Often we hear that Batman beats Superman just because he's got the prep time and all that shit, right?
Mhm.
But we have seen that even with his prep time, almost all the stuff that he has prepped to beat Superman gets wrecked by Superman, right up until that Kryptonite comes out.
Yeah, well,
And-
Batman is pretty much Lex Luthor. It's basically Lex Luthor versus Superman,
Yeah.
but like on the opposite side,
Opposite
so on the
sides,
good
yeah.
side.
Yeah, and then there's this one comic. It's Martian Manhunter series where Martian Manhunter wrecks the entire Justice League.
Mhm.
Batman had no prep time for that nonsense.
Mhm.
Nor was any of his contingency plans worth it.
Mhm.
Because turns out when you have a character that's as powerful as Superman and no weaknesses. I mean, he does have the weaknesses to flame, but that's a mental weakness, not a
As Martian
physical.
Manhunter.
Yeah, that's a mental weakness, not an actual physical weakness. He
Yeah.
can fucking wreck your day through that fire, no problem, if he
Yeah.
actually overcomes the mental weakness.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, they couldn't do a fucking thing about it.
Not even Batman.
No one could do it. He wrecked them all, and then the funny thing is, later on we find out he wrecked them all, and he was just fucking with them mentally, so that just so he could go away without hurting actually any of them,
Right.
because he wanted to just be left alone. So if he was actually physically fighting them,
Mhm.
no chance
Yeah.
they would stand no chance against
Yeah.
someone like Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, so I guess Saitama would win that one.
I
easy.
think Saitama will win that one purely on the simple fact is, doesn't matter how much armor you have or weapons you have or anything, Saitama has no weakness to exploit, and
Not
that's
yet,
the
no.
problem. That's how he keeps beating Superman.
Yeah,
There is
because
no weakness on Saitama except for
Yeah.
maybe a damn good sail he has to get to.
yeah, like I don't know, like they've done multiple things to him, but nothing has like held him back or stopped him so far.
Nothing.
Like they've dropped a
has
mountain on the guy, and like he's still
Nothing
going.
stops Saitama. If he wants to get to his fucking Sunday grocery market shopping, he is getting to that shopping,
Yeah.
and nothing is stopping that guy.
Mhm.
So I am going to say Saitama versus Batman. Batman can have a year's prep time,
Yeah.
and it won't be enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Because what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
He's not just this. Saitama is Superman and Goku, no weaknesses,
Right.
no distractions, and the simple fact is when Saitama is serious about a fight, it's a one-on-one thing and you are not getting ahead of him.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
So-
understand that.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can both agree that Saitama takes that W.
Yeah. 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 For sure.
Alright, so next up we have Batman, because we still have Batman to go.
Mhm.
On to Naruto.
Naruto.
Naruto?
Yeah. Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Naruto.
give it to Naruto too,
I don't
because the
even
simple
discuss
fact
all that.
is, while we haven't seen a lot of abilities from Saitama to compare exactly, but we know kind of how OP he is most likely going to
Yeah.
be overall. I think we've seen exactly how OP Naruto is,
Naruto is
and
definitely OP.
especially by the time the main Shippuden series ends,
Also, the other thing is Naruto has like a healing factor as well.
he's got a healing factor, no weaknesses. He's faster than the Raikage,
Mhm.
who was only slower than Minato. And for all we know, Naruto is probably as quick as Minato or just slower. I would say just slower because he is still technically moving, not teleporting, and Minato's movement is also a mixture of movement and teleportation.
Mhm.
So I would still give the overall speed to Minato.
Right.
But nonetheless, is so freaking quick that no way Batman's reacting in time.
Mhm. His taijutsu is also
Taijutsu, one punch and it's over. We saw in Naruto the final movie, he's OP enough where like the moon gets sliced in half, doesn't matter. That he can handle that problem, there's no fucking issue.
Mhm.
The Biju Dama is a nuclear bomb, and that's just how he fights. He just fights with a nuclear bomb.
Yeah, Biju bombs.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what a Biju bomb is, right? It's not. People look at the Biju bomb and it's like, oh yeah, it's a really powerful ability. It's not a powerful ability. It's basically the Naruto anime world's nuke.
Mm.
It's a straight up nuke, and if you get hit by it,
Yeah.
it's over.
Basically.
And the thing is, he's got the Nine-Tail nuke, which is stronger than the other 7 combined.
Other 8.
7.
Why not?
Because the 8th one was on Naruto's side, but
Right.
Eight-Tail didn't fight.
Mm.
So when all the other Bijus attacked Naruto and Naruto attacked back, it was 7v1, and B was out of the fight at that time,
Yeah.
and the Nine-Tails still won.
I'm surprised B survived.
I think I was surprised that when B turned into 8-Tails to hold back the 10-Tail Biju Dama, he was able to hold it back at all. And then like you see that Minato teleports it out into fucking God knows where, and it explodes in the middle of the ocean, and the force back. Holy shit!
Yeah.
I mean, if it landed,
I'm surprised. Like, yeah, he survived because Naruto got the Kyuubi taken from him,
Yeah.
and then I don't know if he got it back or I don't know.
I look that whole shebang is. By the time we get to that part of the series, it's too much happening at once. I feel like it's anyway. I think let's get back to the versus. Batman, Naruto. I think the clear winner is Naruto.
Naruto. Yeah.
And the thing is, Naruto also has one clear one up on Batman.
Mm.
And Batman's thing is he's very big on the sneak,
Yeah.
right? And Naruto has Sage mode.
Yeah.
You're not fucking sneaking up on Naruto.
But he's gonna be using Sage mode, obviously.
Yeah, but if Naruto knows, like, if Naruto's going into a fight,
Mhm.
he's got a clone somewhere getting prepped
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sage mode.
Yeah.
So, doesn't matter how sneaky you are, it's
And
not
not,
working.
and not just that, Kurama can do the Sage mode.
Oh yeah,
inside,
Kurama can actually gather.
Naruto can now like do like an infinite Sage mode. It's
Yeah.
like probably one of the most powerful sages.
Kurama can do Kurama can not just gather his own chakra, he can do Sage mode at the same time.
Yeah.
So one way or another, if Naruto's losing the fight to Batman, Batman comes up with a way of siphoning chakra and nerfing Naruto's like absorbing basically a pain level's worth of gimmicks,
Yeah.
and then Naruto just goes, you know what, fuck you, Kurama, let's go, and then Kurama just like lets out all the chakra at once. He's wrecking Batman in a
Yeah.
second.
No, there's no way Bruce Wayne defeats Naruto's monkey.
Yeah.
No way.
All right, now this one, I think since the double is already given to Naruto, the next one is a very, very famous one that back in the top 3 days when there was just the top 3 kings of anime was probably the most hotly debated, and this is Naruto versus Ichigo.
Well, Naruto wins.
You reckon Naruto
Yeah,
wins?
yeah. It's just Ichigo's
I-
powers are all.
I was on that boat until there was that Hell movie. Do you remember the Hell movie?
Yeah, Hellverse.
Yeah, the Hellverse.
Hellverse, yeah, I remember.
And we
Hellverse.
learned that the Vasto Lore form is so strong it can destroy the chains and the gates of hell. It affects an entire dimension
Mm.
at that point. And I think to myself, that's pretty fucking OP.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking OP.
I know, but
And just before that, we see Ichigo take on Ukiura, and Ukiora's Lance del Lampago, that thing that he throws,
Mhm.
it flies off into the distance and then it goes off and it's like a nuke,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And later on, Vastalore just grabs it by the front end and just breaks it, and it doesn't affect him.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking to myself, I think Vastalord Ichigo, and the thing is, that's not even his final form.
No.
Mugetsu is his actual strongest form, and just before he goes into Mugetsu, he has the form where he's just brute force.
Right.
And in the whole series, I think most people will agree that brute force and Mugetsu is his peak. It's not the final arc. That's his peak there.
Mhm.
And I think that form would wreck Naruto.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
I think literally impossible.
You think so?
Yeah. There's no way.
I would give. Okay, I'm gonna give the W to Ichigo just because
No way.
Aizen in that arc says, "See, my swings wreck mountains and all this shit," only to later find out no, that's been Ichigo the whole time and not Aizen's powers.
Right.
So I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give the W to
Naruto
Ichigo.
can level mountains too.
Yeah, but Ichigo was doing it with zero effort, whereas Naruto he was actually using some abilities.
He was using
No,
Gamabunta.
No, I'm talking.
I'm talking about like this is like little preteen Naruto freaking remodeling an entire forest with Gaara.
Yeah, but like Ichigo when Aizen were fighting, they were just wrecking shithouse, bro. Just say.
I don't know. It's a tough one, but I would give it to Naruto just because he would have the spatial awareness over Ichigo, and Ichigo's powers are almost always related to his Bankai,
Yeah.
his sword. Whereas Naruto's known to be cunning, if you know what I mean. That's his character trait to be
True.
cunning, and that's why I would give it to Naruto just because he would
Actually, you know what?
Ichigo.
You are right on the sensory fact, because the thing is, because his sensory abilities, I think, would give him that edge to catch Ichigo.
Mhm.
Ichigo is the faster character between the two, I think,
Mhm.
because obviously right from the get-go we have Shunpo, which is already like a light-based step or
Yeah.
thing, and then
Slash step.
Flash step, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Flash
and the Espadas have Sonido, which is the sound-based thing. But
Mm.
either way, like they're doing this high-speed shit way early on into the series,
Mhm.
and by the end of the series, who knows how fast they're going.
Right.
So, I think I would give the W there to Naruto as well, if we can consider all the little
Yeah,
tools that
the
he's got on
tools,
top.
Because you break Ichigo's sword and he's kind of done.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And like it's been he's strong. Like
He's strong, but he has been broken.
He's been
yeah.
broken a
It's-
couple times.
Yeah, it's. Well, I think the funniest one was when he fought Kenpachi and Kenpachi just went through it like it was butter. Yeah, Ichigo's like he's blocking.
He blocks the successful and Katsu's gonna do.
Kenpachi's like, wait a second, I think I can keep going here.
Yeah,
That was one of the
ridiculous.
best fights in the whole series. I
Mm.
think that really hyped it up for everyone because now we saw a captain versus Ichigo.
Ichigo, yeah.
Yeah.
Ichigo won, but you know.
Oh, barely.
He
Everyone
won.
says Ichigo won, but Ichigo's the first one to flop to the floor, so I still give the W to Kenpachi.
Mhm.
First one to the floor, man. I don't care what Kenpachi says. It's the first one to drop. So yeah, Ichigo. Naruto wins that one. Next up is Ichigo versus Iron Man.
Ooh, that's a hard one. Ichigo versus Iron Man.
Well, here's my question: do you think Ichigo would beat Batman? I think he would.
Yeah, I think we could beat Batman.
Yeah. So
Batman couldn't see him.
no, we're not gonna do that. Diamond like the oh they can see each other. We're not gonna play
Right.
that bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna stick to hey, all their powers and abilities work on each other.
Mhm.
They can all see each other,
Right.
right? Because that's the dumb nonsense that everyone tries to. Like, if you're gonna do a versus, don't use this one specific thing that's one specific thing to that series, because that kind of wrecks your whole argument, you
Mhm.
know? So let's just say they can see each other, their abilities and weapons and all that shit work,
Right.
right? Whatever. Unless it's a weapon that, hey, this thing works on specifically this wavelength, but that character is not on that wavelength, or
Uh-huh.
whatever. Some nonsense like that.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, I think the difference between Batman and Iron Man is Iron Man comes up with counters to things and
Mhm.
is got like a million suits that are kind of like ready
Yeah,
for him.
yeah.
Every
And his
situation
analysis is
is
next level.
next level, yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing that I know people are probably gonna give me shit for, but Batman kind of gets his toys where Iron Man makes his toys,
Yeah.
you know. And I think Iron Man's, let's say,
He understands them.
yeah,
Hmm.
first round I think he loses. Maybe the second and third round too he loses to Ichigo. Maybe by the fourth round he figures out a way, but I don't think so. I think there's.
I don't know.
Is there anyone? Look, when it comes to brute force, he came up with the Hulkbuster.
yeah.
But here's the problem: if you look at the record between the Hulkbuster and the Hulk has come up on top almost every time,
Except in the MCU,
except for the MCU.
which is stupid.
Stupid. Well, the MCU Hulk is nerfed into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
So, who the Captain Marvel stronger than the Hulk? Fucking everybody stronger than the Hulk.
Mhm.
I don't give a shit, bro. I don't give a shit. The Hulk in the MCU doesn't exist for me. That's not the
No,
Hulk.
well,
That's
in-
his cousin Bulk.
In the Avengers, in the first Avengers film, the Hulk was
Strong.
Yeah, he was pretty strong.
He one shots that Chitari monster thing.
What are you talking about? He one shots Thor.
Oh yeah.
He goes up against Thor. Thor's got his hammer.
Yeah,
Thor's
this-
like, and this is not just like holding, but this is Thor going all out,
Yeah.
and Thor can't take him.
Yeah. Everyone was like straight up scared of the Hulk in the
Mm.
the first Avengers movie, and then later on in the series,
Yeah, no, he gets nerfed hard.
they're just I think the problem became that the writers in the MCU realized, okay, we have a character that's a little too strong and can solve every problem.
Mhm.
How do we write it out of there?
Yeah.
And
Well, they didn't. I would argue they didn't write it out efficiently.
Not
it
at
wasn't
all.
done properly. There are issues
well,
with the writing.
they almost went in the right direction by doing the Planet Hulk storyline,
Mhm.
but they drowned it in that as well. So
Yeah.
they completely fucked Hulk up.
Mhm.
And then doing the Professor Hulk thing is a good way to nerf him because that does end up happening in the comics.
Mm.
But I think for most comic book characters, it would have been really, really nice to see World Breaker Hulk
Mm.
at some point in the MCU,
Yeah.
considering how iconic it is.
Well, it's not. They're not concerned with doing that anymore. They're more concerned with the
She-Hulk that's coming out.
yeah, She-Hulk. Well, it's more a female superheroes time now, which isn't a bad thing. So they kind of have
It's
to.
not
write
a
it
bad
out.
thing if it's done well. I'm looking forward to the WandaVision series. That seems like it'll be awesome. Black Widow, I think everyone was looking forward to, but it's not coming out this year.
Mhm.
Wonder Woman is still coming out this year, I heard, so I'll be pretty hyped for that.
I'll be surprised if it comes out this year.
I think they were going to still release it this year. I think November is what I heard,
Mhm.
or unless it's been moved to early next year. I don't know.
Mm.
Anyways, yeah. So like female superheroes is where we're going. Hopefully, She-Hulk has some strength to her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if they nerf her too, why even just stop doing the Hulk, man? I'll stick to reading it in the comics.
Well, I was playing as She-Hulk on Fortnite.
Yeah.
I don't think she's that strong.
There you go, the nerfing problems all
Mm,
over again.
mm.
If you can't write the character well, don't. So again,
But again,
Iron-
Fortnite is not a good benchmark test.
yeah. Well, again, back to Iron Man.
Mhm.
Iron Man has toys and solutions to a lot of things, but the thing is, I think Ichigo can just kind of cut through all of it
Maybe. I don't know. I think Iron Man may be able to edge him out.
with jest,
Yeah.
jest. So let's say draw,
Yeah.
draw.
Draw on that
I
one.
would say a draw too. I think it's a draw. And there's the other thing that I think Iron Man often handles more godlike beings on a consistent basis.
Mhm.
Because they are like characters that just warp reality and shit.
And wreck him.
Yeah. So he has that knowledge and experience of how to deal with something that is so overly OP on a consistently basis.
Yeah.
Whereas Batman is like Superman
Mhm.
and Superman knockoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, that's the thing. DC is more the alpha male type of characters.
Mm.
They're more alpha males rather than being layered like individuals in society.
Well, I think MCU is running into the problem of having every second character being some kind of random ass super genius.
Yeah.
Have you seen Marvel's most recent list of like their top 10 smartest characters? It's some new chick who's like a kid,
Mm.
and they just said, yeah, this is not the smartest character in all of MCU.
Wasn't Peter Parker supposed to be one of the smartest
yeah,
characters?
it's not even on the list.
Yeah, they've dubbed him
Bro,
down so
this
bad.
random chick who's like this newest, like she's like new, right? I think she was made like in the last year or so,
Mm.
and they're just like, yeah, she's not the smartest character in all of the MCU,
Mhm.
and well, Marvel Comics universe, not the cinematic. I should stop saying MCU, but anyway, in Marvel Comics,
Mhm.
right? And everyone just goes to themselves. So in the top 10, she is smarter than Reed Richards and Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom as well, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's like, and that's the official. I can pull up that list. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Right, top 10 smartest Marvel characters. Like it's Marvel's own official list.
Mhm.
Where is she? No, I'm not looking for the fandom one. There's. Is this it? This is on Marvel.com. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm telling you, this is. Lunella Lafayette. So the list is number 10 is T'Challa.
T'Challa.
Yeah, I mean, which is.
Yeah, makes sense.
In the movies, he's not. Right? In the movies, he's Shuri.
Yeah.
But in the in the comics,
Mhm.
he's a super genius.
Yeah.
Again, this is my problem with Marvel. You say DC has the problem with all the alpha males.
Mhm.
Marvel has too many super geniuses, which is
Right.
really annoying because you don't see any ingenuity out of everyone. It's all oh, I have this unexplainable fucking nonsense I've made that
Mhm.
can solve all my problems. So T'Challa, obviously, Amadeus Cho,
Mhm.
who was Hulk for a little while.
Yeah.
Henry
He was
Mc-
also the Iron Spider.
yeah. Henry McCoy, no surprise there.
Right.
Um,
McCoy. Oh,
the
yeah,
Beast.
the Beast.
Yeah. Riri Williams, who just took over the Iron Man mantle.
Well, no, she's Iron Heart.
Yeah, well, she was Iron Man for a while.
But Iron Man's back.
Yeah, Iron Man is back now. Yeah. Hank Pym, no surprise there. Pym
Yeah.
Particles is a big thing to the whole series. Valeria Richards, I don't know how many of you know her, but she is Reed Richards' daughter.
Right.
Some people say she might be not, but she might actually be Doctor Doom's daughter. But
Yeah.
anywho, Bruce Banner, no surprise there.
Right, he's number 3.
Yeah, he's number 4.
Right.
Sorry, number 4 is Bruce Banner. No surprise there. He's always been. It's always been brain and brawn. That's their whole shtick, right? Number 3 comes in Tony Stark.
Right.
Number 2 is Reed Richards.
Right.
Number 1 is Lunella Lafayette, who is this new character who's only been around for a fucking hot minute.
Yeah.
And characters that are not on that list: Spider-Man,
Mhm.
Doctor Doom,
Yeah, Doctor X.
Xavier, Professor X,
Yeah, he's
not on
quite
that
smart
list.
too.
I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck? Who
Yeah.
the
MODOK.
MODOK? Bruh, MODOK.
MODOK. Who is MODOK?
Where's MODOK? Yeah, it's just I don't know. You think to yourself, you have maybe Marvel. You have one too many super geniuses,
Mhm.
and it's causing writing issues. Your characters, like this is the chick, right? So this is her. She has no discernible things to say that she's so smart.
No, but it's inclusion and stuff and diversity, I guess.
No, but like at least prove it.
Yeah.
Do something.
You don't like that they're
Give-
saying.
that-
You're basically
yeah,
you're saying you
without
don't
any-
like that they're saying it. You want them to show it.
Yeah, I want you to show. Give me like give me 10 solid feats, and I'm like, yeah, she's the smartest, no contest.
You want build up.
Yeah, I want build up. Don't just fucking make a list of your
You're
own
saying
and then
because
say,
of kind of like how they say Shuri is so smart,
yeah.
but like you
Yeah.
know.
In the
We
comics,
don't
know-
really see her doing
well,
as much
I
as
think
we want her
one
to.
of the funniest memes I saw most recently is Shuri is so smart,
Mhm.
and that she's got all this tech, and then but then you think to yourself, Tony Stark built the Iron Man suit in a fucking cave. And then he didn't need some magic space rock that fell out of the sky to build all that tech.
Hmm.
You know, he did it out of a fucking cave with
Yeah,
random
the guy says,
rubbish.
The guy says, Obadiah Stane says, Tony Stark built this in a cave.
Anyway, we're going way off topic now. Back on track. Iron Man takes on the Hulk.
Oh, that's a hard one.
I'm gonna give the win to the Hulk.
Yeah, I'd
'Cause
say
every-
Hulk.
every time-
Iron Man's almost always had help trying to take that guy on.
Every time he has help to
Mhm.
take down the Hulk,
Mhm.
and it's anytime that he tries to take down Hulk, it's Hulk coming out on top, tearing the armor apart, breaking down the armor, or the Hulk getting so bored fighting it he just leaves.
Yeah, he doesn't stop. That's the thing with the Hulk. He just keeps going.
Yeah, he's got that infinite anger problem, right?
Yeah,
And look, people are gonna say, "Oh, but the Hulkbuster, Hulkbuster." Just gonna remind everybody, when it was the Planet Hulk and we had Wallbreaker Hulk arrive, Iron Man came to fight him
Mhm.
after Hulk already wrecked half the Marvel superheroes.
Mhm.
Iron Man came to fight him in the Hulkbuster suit. He didn't even last like 2 pages,
Mhm.
right? Eventually, the only superhero that was able to finally stop the Hulk was the Sentry.
Mhm.
But it wasn't, oh, Sentry and Hulk, their Sentry's so OP. No, they literally hit each other so hard they knocked each other's powers clean out. Sentry reverted back to normal and so did the Hulk.
Mhm.
That was the only person.
But the Hulk ended up winning in the Planet Hulk comic book series, didn't he?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Yeah, I mean he won in the Planet Hulk, yeah. But like
Yeah.
when he came back as Wallbreaker Hulk
Right.
to get revenge, like the only person that was
No,
able to
because
stop him was
they
the
send
Sentry.
him, the Illuminati send him to Scar.
Yeah.
And then he ends up like building a life there,
Yeah.
and then they do something to him while he's
Oh,
on
so
Scar.
what happened there is the ship that he came on
Yeah.
blew up
Right.
in Scar, and it fucked like the whole planet up.
It killed
pretty
his
much.
wife. It killed
and
his
it
wife.
killed his wife, yeah, and like his unborn kid and shit.
Mhm.
It's it's a very
And
dark
then he
story.
comes back to
Comes
to
back to Earth to get revenge.
and he gets revenge.
Yeah.
He
Pretty
successfully
much.
gets revenge.
Yeah, because he wrecks like half the planet. Well, not half the planet, but he wrecks like.
And
all
he
the
doesn't die
heroes.
at the end, does he? Doesn't he?
Nah,
rule
he
it?
just
he rules over it.
Yeah, I can't remember if he rules over it, but I think he just kind of finally calms down because he gets knocked out of the Hulk state.
Mhm.
So Sentry gets knocked out of the Sentry state, and he goes back to being the normal human that he is.
And does he ever turn back?
Well, they're both powered out.
Oh, so he loses them permanently.
No, they're just tired. You know
Ah.
how it is. So after a lot of fighting, yeah. So I think the clear winner there is the Hulk.
Yeah, Hulk for sure.
Next up, Hulk versus Thor.
I would say always Hulk.
I'm gonna give it to Thor.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Thor. I would have given it to Hulk right up until the most recent run of Donny
Yeah.
Cates on Thor. Have you read that?
I
run?
haven't, but like, I know
It's-
the antithesis behind why Thor should
so
be would be stronger than Hulk, but Hulk's always been known
Bro.
as the strongest Avenger.
Bro, yeah, I know, but like, you know me, I always go peak to peak, you know,
Yeah.
and the peak Hulk cannot take this Thor on,
Mm.
because this Thor has the Odin Force, he has the Cosmic Force, he beat the Black Winter, he beat Galactus, he's just
Is this
this.
the guy in the Nexus stuff?
What, Black Winter?
The Nexus War, you know, there's Nexus.
No,
War.
no, no. Oh yeah, so that's that's the same version of Thor.
That version because
Yeah.
that's the version of Thor they have in Fortnite.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
version of Thor. Yeah, yeah, that's the So this Thor is the Herald of Galactus, but this Thor, because he's imbued with the power of Cosmic and Odin Force, is so strong that he beats down Galactus, and then the Black Winter is so strong that Galactus is his herald.
Right.
He beats the Black Winter and uses Galactus as a bomb to just end it all,
Mhm.
and he's the only thing pretty much left at the end of it.
Right.
It's fucking crazy how strong this new Thor is.
Mhm.
He fights Beta Ray Bill, and
Right.
Beta Ray Bill's Stormbreaker is supposed to be an equivalent, right, to Stormbreaker.
Mhm.
He breaks Stormbreaker.
Is he a bad character, this new Thor?
It starts off pretty bad, yeah.
He becomes good again.
It's
Is he an
kinda-
anti-hero? What's going on here?
He's towing the lines a little bit, but
Right.
he's on the good. He's on the good.
Mhm.
He's on the good. But
Why-
there's
why versus
he's
Beta Ray
he's a
Bill?
more because he was the Herald of Galactus, so he was looking for worlds to
Right.
he was towing the lines between good and evil in this Donny Cates run for a little, especially in the early issues. So it's a little hard to say,
Mhm.
But I mean, obviously at the end, I think it's clear to say that yeah, he's a good guy. But I think when it comes down to peak, I would give this one to Thor. I
Right.
don't think even Worldbreaker Hulk stands a chance
Mhm.
against this version of Thor. It's too much power. I think one good swing or he's got the God bomb ability, whatever it is. It's
Right.
like his most powerful strike with the hammer.
Mhm.
If he just lets it out with all that power that he's got in him right now, it would probably vaporize Hulk completely from existence.
Mhm.
So
Fair enough.
I would just say, I would give it to Thor.
Okay.
You want to give it to Hulk still?
I would still give it to Hulk.
Call it a draw, but I'm giving it to Thor.
Alright. Going on next.
And the last two, I'm not bringing Thor into this one, even though I've been moving everyone up.
We'll
one.
bring him into it.
Okay, fuck it, why not? Thor, Madra, Azan.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's a three-way battle.
Yeah.
Thor, Madara, Aizen. This is why I didn't want to bring Thor into this, because Thor is just a whole nother fuckery. I just want to see Madara versus
I think
Aizen.
Madara wins.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Aizen wins.
I think Madara wins.
Okay, why so?
The eyes.
You
The
think it's
Genjutsu.
you think it's
Control.
Yeah, but here's my counter argument to that. Right? Ready?
He definitely beats Thor.
Yeah, okay, look, mentally they both beat Thor,
Hmm.
right? Look, if either one of them gets the ability off first,
Yeah.
Thor's down for the count.
Goes down, yeah.
Right? Brute Force, Thor is clearly the winner between the two. I mean,
The thing is,
between
like-
among on three.
That's the problem. They cannot escape the Genjutsu like Naruto could.
Yeah, no, here's my thing, right? Look, a way to escape Genjutsu is by inflicting pain on yourself. If you
Mhm.
something to snap you out of it.
But like sometimes you're so into it you cannot.
Yeah,
do
you can't
anything.
tell. Right. I know. But here's the thing. Thor, if he gets trapped in it, he's screwed because he's not exactly the brightest bulb around, and
Yeah.
if he's trapped in it, he won't know until someone saves him. So once he's done, he's done. He's out of it.
Yeah.
Right? I would say Thor would lose this not because of power or brute
No,
force.
no, it's just
just
the-
the
it's the
sheer
mental
ability.
game.
It's
The
the
mental
mental
game,
ability.
yeah.
Yeah. It's the sheer one ability just knocks Thor out of the fight.
Mhm.
That's why I think the better fight here is Madara Aizen, because Madara has Genjutsu and all the abilities that's under that,
Uh-huh.
but Aizen has mastered 90 something Kidos and Hakudos, whatever they're called.
Right.
So he's got all of those
He
abilities.
barely uses them though.
Well, the only one that he really needs to use is Black Coffin because it's so OP, right? Which is I think what 90, 99, 98, something like that. It's one of the highest levels ones we've seen the whole series, and he can do it without doing the incantation.
Right.
So that's OP as shit. But then again, we saw someone like Ichigo with brute force just break it.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't think Madara has that level of brute force until he's actually in the what's the form? Until he absorbs the Ten Tails. Because I am considering this Ten Tails Madara. You know me, peak to peak.
Yeah.
And obviously the full Hogyoku and every nonsense.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Madara wins.
You think
I think
Madara?
Madara is the ocular prowess, just because the thing is, Aizen's a soul fighter, and that's what will bring his downfall.
I think Aizen wins simply because here's the thing, Madara, the eyes, it's all in the eyes, right? The moment you look into his eyes,
Yeah.
there's a good chance it's over.
It's pretty much over, yeah.
But Aizen, the moment he
Unless
rips,
you're Naruto.
unless you're Naruto and you fucking talk no jutsu the shit out of it.
No, but it's not Talk no Jutsu.
Yeah, I know,
It's
but-
because of
Kurama as well, yeah, I
That's
know.
what. That's why like Genjutsu doesn't work on B either.
Yeah, because you got a second brain in there
Yeah.
working for you.
Yeah.
But here's my thing: when it comes to Aizen, his ability to completely overtake your five senses is the same as the Genjutsu. And here's the one difference: Genjutsu can be broken, Aizen's hold cannot.
Right.
Aizen needs to show you the sword one time only, and that's it. It's
We
game.
never saw Aizen's Bankai, did we?
How do you even give a guy with that broken of a Shikai a Bankai? There is no way to make a Bankai stronger than his Shikai.
Yeah.
There is just because
Well, Bleach is full of holes.
you
know that.
realize Shinji has a Shikai and a Bankai that's very similar to Aizen's,
Mhm.
but even his Bankai pales in
That's
comparison
his
to
reverse
Aizen.
thing, right?
Yeah,
He reversed it.
yeah.
He was
But have you seen his
reversing.
Bankai?
No, not really.
So his Bankai,
remember it.
it's in no. So it's in the that thing, the Can't Free Your Own World thing that I was telling you, the continuation of the series
Mhm.
by another author,
Uh-huh.
right? So in that series you see Shinji's Bankai, and it's just whack as shit,
Right.
and it's OP as hell. But the thing is, Aizen's Shikai is still stronger.
Mhm.
The
Okay.
base abilities is just way stronger.
Okay.
So my debate just comes down to who gets to pull the ability off first.
All right.
So
I don't know. You'll go Aizen on that. I'll just go Madara on it.
I think I want to probably give it to Madara, but
Because
I think
Madara's
I'm
also
gonna give it.
undead.
No, but this is peak Madara. He's back to life.
Right.
He's alive and he's got the Jubi and everything.
Mm.
But I think to myself, Aizen's a super genius. If he gets stuck in a genjutsu, I think he'll realize.
Maybe. But
I
then,
think he'll realize.
that's the thing. Madara is also considered to be a super.
He
a
is.
super
Don't get me
genius.
wrong. He is. But the difference is, Madara's genjutsu can be broken.
Mhm.
Aizen's cannot.
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
Aizen's ability is, and I think Aizen, if he eventually he will realize something is wrong,
Mhm.
because he is a super genius. I think at a certain point he will realize something is ever so off, that something is wrong, and I
Maybe.
think he will catch that.
Maybe.
I don't know if you can call it a draw. You can give it to Madara. I'm gonna call it a draw because I
Yeah.
just think it comes literally down to who gets what ability off first.
First, yeah.
So, yeah,
Alright.
that's my opinion. Any last statements?
No, I think it's an interesting. The last one is definitely an interesting matchup, but yeah, I would call it a draw. It's a little bit too close to call.
Yeah,
Even if it is the analytics of it, it's just they're very two big personalities. Like Aizen is like he's immortal,
yeah,
and then Madara is said to be unkillable in that form.
yeah,
Like even the people who are dead say you can't kill him.
Yeah.
You gotta seal him away.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So there's the thing that wrecks Madara Zen was he gets possessed by Kaguya.
yeah.
You know, and that's it's not that Kaguya is stronger than him. It's just the DNA is there, and that's
Yeah.
why it happens.
It's weird. Kaguya is a whole nother
Yeah.
box to unpack in another time.
Yeah.
We'll get to Kaguya. Look, we'll do a whole series if you want on characters that came out of left field.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah. No one saw Kaguya coming.
no one saw that nonsense coming.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's a good place to top it off.
Yeah.
You've heard all the characters that we're talking about. What's
Mhm.
your opinions? Leave it down in the comments down below. If you want, like, subscribe, share, up to you guys. Don't have to.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's us. Two dudes out. Peace.